Woo. This girl is a red-eared slider. Look at that, and you can actually see if she'll stick her head out a little bit. See those red patches around her head? Where she gets the name red-eared slider. Look at this, so you can see how lumpy her shell is here. I'm not actually sure what all this is from, but you can see it's just grown funny, almost like she's, sometimes you see this in captive turtles that have had calcium deficiencies, or a turtle that got something stuck on their shell at a young age. But she otherwise looks pretty good. Hanging out here, she has this whole pool to herself, probably some nice food in there, definitely some nice sun coming through today. And the reason I know she's a female, if I look at these claws, her front claws there, you can see how short those are. And males, a lot of male turtles, but especially this group of turtles, has really long front claws. They actually kind of use them to tickle the female during a breeding display. They come up and just use their long claws like that. They also tend to have longer tails than that, so you can see her tail back there. But she is really pretty. You can actually see, although her shell's a little lumpy there, you can see the pattern on her shell there, all these unique kind of stripes and bands. Now, the red-eared slider is a native turtle to Ohio and Indiana and a lot of these areas, but they're not native everywhere in those states. And in many other parts of the world, you can find these turtles and they're not native at all, not even remotely. So we often think of invasive species as things that people are bringing here that we're used to seeing, like the bush honeysuckle that's all around us here and other things like that. But the red-eared slider is an invasive species that we have contributed to the rest of the world. But here, I think it's probably native here in central Ohio, but certainly parts of Ohio, this is a native turtle. And she's had a little bit of maybe a rough life, but she's looking pretty good now. And like I said, this could be from calcium deficiency from being a captive turtle at one time or another. A lot of the red-eared sliders you find, especially in public parks and in public places, were probably captive turtles that somebody had as a baby. Then they realize these turtles live a long, long time. They don't want them for a long, long time, and maybe they get bored of them. They got them for their kids, so they let them go. So in this little, not so little turtle's case, that could be what happened with her. But nonetheless, I think she's living a pretty good life here in this pool. Got it all to herself, so we'll let her go. Oh, there we go. There we go.